What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You know what? I was scrolling through Hoopla. So Hoopla is a like a digital website where you can just read comic books or audio books or even just prose novels, even movies, because it's a library. But in digital form. It's pretty cool. You basically just go get your library card at the library and you type in that library number and that's your profile. So that's awesome. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff. If me, I'm a collector, so I like to have stuff in physical format as far as my favorite characters or series. But if you just want to read comics, and you know they do get expensive nowadays, get them from your library, either the physical copies and return them, or you could use a Hoopla once you have your library card. Awesome way to go. So there's no excuse not to read comics if you have some interest in them. There's so much options there. Like they have like a whole collection of Batman, of X-Men, of a bunch of series, Hellboy. So you could get overwhelmed with so many options. You're just like, what do I pick? Where do I start? Just kind of just pick something and just go from there. That's what I'm basically gonna do right now. So I was like, you know what? I have a lot of X-Men and Spider-Man. The stuff I like to collect, I have it in physical format. So I kind of want to read something that's outside of the big two, Marvel and DC. So we're going to kind of scroll through the app real quick, see what catches my attention, and we'll read 2 or 3 series, and then I'll kind of just compare which one I'm enjoying more. Hopefully this video is somewhat interesting and you guys enjoy it. If you like the concept, you know, go ahead and hit that like button. Really helps out the channel. And let's kind of just see what they got out there. All right, so let's check out what they got here. This is basically, if you're familiar with Comixology, it's kind of like that. These are all what I have under my wish list or to read list. You kind of just click it here. It says Hoopla. My Hoopla, that's all the stuff you have saved. Kind of like your library, if you will. Or you could just search right here for type in whatever random things. So you can see I have a lot of Spider-Man here, some Musagio, The Witcher, Shadow Man. I read some of that old Shadow Man. That was kind of interesting. We got Army of Darkness. More Army of Darkness, Ape Sapien. I had the physical copies, but this one I've been having here forever. Sirens of the North Sea. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. That's gonna be one gonna read that one. It's 2 volumes. I believe they have a hardcover that has both volumes, so they're both like 60 pages. So it's about 120 pages, and the one that has the complete collection. That's a European book. Some X-Men here. This is a good read too. The Fade Out. We'll get back to it. I never finished that whole series. It's only 12 issues. Guild Library Edition. I need to check that one out as well. EC Archive Science. Okay, this one I've been having here for a minute too. Death holds no power over her. Mary Medina is the one who wields power over the dead. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one. Okay, so we're gonna do that one. Sirens of the North Sea. And let's see what else we got here. Have Batman and all that. I wanna do those, but like in big chunks and like at least 6 to 12 issues. Maybe I'll do like a readathon on one of those for like a month. Oh, Archie versus Predator 2. We're gonna go ahead and do Archie as well. That one sounds like it can be fun. Alright, so here's the cover. Sirens of the North Sea, The Waters of Skagabur. So it's 2 volumes. Like I said here, this has a very Aquaman type of look to it right here. And they're in the ocean, obviously. And this is a European comic, so they're always interesting because the format is a little different. The books themselves are a little wider, and the dimensions on a Western comic. So yeah, the first page, the artwork looks real good. I believe the artist is right here, Briones and Dominici. I don't even know. I'm butchering those names. I'm already knowing. Just leave it at that right there. So it's called The Scourge of the Abyss. So yeah, let's see how this one is. We get the nice little map there. What I like here is when it's digital, that line, that's where the pages would separate. So, you know, just zoom it in and you get the full effects of how the page would be. And zoom into the other one. So, you know, this real convenient, and it saves space, shelf space, so you only get your favorites and whatever. And yeah, that's how it looks as the full picture. Okay, another blank page here. Okay, see, this way you can kind of read the books and see what's worthy of buying the book itself, right? Me, I blind buy a lot in general because when I buy a volume 1 or 2, I'm like, I want the collection. So even if the volume 4 sucks, I'm still gonna buy it because I wanna finish off the set. Which is, I don't recommend that. Don't be a completionist. Read digitally and just buy your favorites. That's, you save yourself shelf space and headaches sometimes. So yeah, here, see the widescreen panels here. Alright, so let's get a few panels in here on guided mode. We got some Sirens here. Again, I'm really impressed with this art. This has almost a Western feel though, this comic art. Because sometimes, a lot of times the European art, it definitely has like a feel to it. This feels more like your Western comics. So we got this siren swimming around, or mermaid, whatever you want to call them. And you see them here swimming, and boom, this fisherman caught one of them because he's catching all these sea lions. And they caught a mermaid in the mix as well. Which is kind of weird because what are you catching sea lions for? What, would you eat sea lions now? I could say if it was fish, right? Some type of fish, or even marlins. Here's one of her friends that didn't get caught in the net. She's just overseeing through the ocean there. And yeah, we got them right here. The fishermen now have been aware, right? They're like, oh shit, we caught some type of freaking mermaid. Like, oh man, we're gonna be rich now. Says,
a siren, these creatures are a bad omen. We've got to get rid of it right away.
help me out here. So the fisherman is telling her, get out of here, get out of here. They don't want her because she's bad luck. But the siren's feeling attacked, right? Like she doesn't know they just want her to leave. She could just hop out of the water, but clearly she probably speaks a different language. She is a sea creature. Leave him alone. Okay, so now we're gonna get a fight scene here. Once they kill that siren, obviously a war pops off between the two worlds, and they try to coexist, and they try to bring peace. It's kind of difficult to do because the elders have already had this ongoing feud. I really like what the artist did right here. So you see how you got the two characters in the water, and you see here in the water you see the reflections. They've done this before, but here the way it's colored is real light coloring. Sometimes it's just like the outline or something in white or in blue. And here you still get colors, but real light. It looks very translucent, and it's like how water would really look. The reflection would still have color to it. Really enjoyed that. I've been really digging the art on this. So here you see the two characters, one of the from opposite species, right? One's a siren, one's a human. So it's very much the Aquaman thing, where it's two species or two races going at war for centuries or whatever, and the younger group is like, why should we be going at war over what the previous generations, their problems they had? They've already lived their life, they've had their problems, but us, we have nothing against each other, so why don't we have peace? We can coexist. So I really like that turn it's been taking right here. Had this ongoing feud, but the future, the younger generation is trying to put a stop to it. Other shenanigans happen. I don't want to ruin the whole story for you in case you guys want to check it out. But I will say the art was definitely the standout. Really enjoyed the art. Now the story, the dialogue was solid dialogue. And the story itself, the plot, we've seen this before. It's just always slightly different. Different writers, different series and characters have done this type of story. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Overall, it was a solid read though. So let's check out the next one. Okay, here is Archie versus Predator 2. So there's a 1. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let's see. Nice cover here. Okay, Archie Comics and Dark Horse Comics together. Archie versus Predator. Oh, this is a nice cover right here. I'm digging this one. So it looks like it's a human wearing the Predator mask. Okay, again, we can see this. It says story by Alex DeCampi, coloring by Kelly Fitzpatrick. What does it say? Artist. Line art by Robert Hack. Alright, cool. So the artist, colorist, writer, and letterer. Okay. Let's check out this side. I'm not gonna really bother with the introduction, but we do know it says it was printed in March of 2020. or at least this introduction was done in 2020. The story so far, it's spring break in Riverdale, and Archie Andrews and his friends, including Jughead, Betty, and Veronica, and Reggie, set off on a luxurious beach vacation at the Los Perdidos Resort. That is until wealthy social life Cheryl and Jason Blossom arrive. Okay, we don't need to do we need to read more of this? No, let's just start here. Let's see. With a number of teens murdered and both the Riverdale. Okay, this is part 2, so we need to know what happened in part 1. Okay, I thought they were just gonna be 2 separate stories. It was a nice cover again. Man, we're just gonna start here. I'll look for volume 1 later. The darkness at the end of the lane. Hi, I'm Betty Cooper. Okay, we got Betty, Veronica. They're introducing the characters. Let's go to the next page. Okay, let's go guide view real quick. Here's Archie. Man, look at all these dead people. So this clearly starts the story like in the middle of a story. See, it says Ed, note. See Archie vs Predator 1. Yeah, so we're starting the story halfway. Kinds of people killed. Check out the background there. It says, anyways, bad things happen and now all our friends are dead. Then Veronica says, God, Betty, you're so dramatic. Dramatic with all these dead bodies. I don't think she's being dramatic at all. Okay, so yeah, that's man, look at this one. Oh! Look at what's that. Predator did a number on her. Woo! Alright, let's go. Next one. Okay, so in this world, Archie's super strong. See, he's lifting a car here. But they had traveled back to like another dimension where we have Archie and the gang again. So it's like 2 different dimensions, but the same characters. And the Archie we're following is super strong here. And boom, turns out he's a freaking predator. So Predator turned into Archie somehow. And we're definitely gonna need to read volume 1 because I'm kind of lost here, like as to what happened. But it's still pretty funny. It was totally caught me off guard there. And the art here as well, man. The inker, I don't know if the inker and colors are the same on this or the penciler and inker, but they went with this like very foggy lines, as you could tell here. It's not cross hatching and it's not dark inks. He went with the outlines are almost like a pencil, but like a thick pencil. And then the shading is, like I said, it's kind of foggy, grainy, which works for this type of book because you don't want it to be too cartoony how Archie typically is, because you do have Predator, so it is somewhat of a horror book or action sci-fi. I don't know, we're gonna see what turn it takes, but judging from all the dead bodies and the dystopian future, because Riverdale has really gone to shit right now because of Predator. So it looks like it's going with like a almost more horror type of vibe, and this art does work for that. Okay, so now he can't speak either. You see he speaks in this alien language with just emojis. So that's pretty crazy, man. Another thing I really like here is the panel layouts here. On Archie, they're usually very typical, old school. They keep the panel layouts how they were since back in the days, pretty much. There's slight changes, like here, you got the long panel layout. But for the most part, they stay this way, square or rectangle. But look at this. So on guide view, you get the big pictures, right? So this reads perfect digitally. Look, every panel's huge. It's almost like you're reading it out of a big book. And it's almost better this way because you're in suspense. You don't know what's going to happen in the next panel. It works with this book. Not every book, not every artist looks better in guide view. Some look better with the full page. And some look better at the actual hard copies. Just depending on the artist. See, but here the panels, every panel looks huge. The size of the... It's like almost basically every panel is a full splash page here. Oh man, yeah, I'm digging this so far. It's has some sense of humor like the Archie comics do, but here obviously neither of the girls is dating Archie because he's a predator. All right, so the Archie predator. This I like that the art try to do somewhat of a horror type of vibe to it. It's a little bit darker than your cartoony, bright, fun-going Archie comics art. It's a little darker than that. It had some dark shades and stuff, while trying to maintain some of that, some of that cartoony style to it. But it was definitely more leaning towards the horror vibe, though, towards the Predator feel, right? And the story itself was by the numbers, your hacker slasher. We got a party going on. Characters get killed one by one. We've seen this with Freddy Krueger, with Michael Myers, with everybody, right? It's one of those. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was by the numbers again as well. But the thing here is the humor, I feel wasn't as good as in some of the Archie comics, because they're all about the comedic side of things, right? They're very humorous, and if you like shows like Friends and Seinfeld, stuff like that, that's not about action, you will like Archie comics. And this has a little bit of the horror, but it definitely relies more on the action and Predator side of things. Overall, I think I enjoyed the Sirens of the North Sea a little bit more than the Archie comic. If we had to give the Archie comic from scale of 1 to 10 compared to the Sirens, let's say the Sirens is a 7.5. The Predator Archie one would be like a 6. So it's just like a little bit better, in my opinion. Now, if you read any of these two series before, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And also, if you use the Hoopla app, let me know what you think about the app. I've really been enjoying it so far. Other than that, hopefully you hit that like button, and I'll just check you guys out next time.